welcome our next speaker. Her name is Muthoni. She's the CEO, Women in Business, and the owner of St. Petroc Premier School. And of course, her topic, she'll speak more about social media and how that is important for SMEs. And so get your paper, pen ready, and help me welcome her on stage.
My name is Mary Muthoni, as you have been told, and I'm excited this morning to be in the midst of the greatest minds, possibly in Africa, and learning more on how to engage. Yes, she's given me two aspects of speaking about. She's asked me to speak about myself and also to speak about my topic. Now, I run a school, yes. It's called St. Petroc Premier School, which has thrived on e-commerce, social media, and I can say I am a product of media, and so to speak, social media. At one point, I found myself with about 20 kids from Tanzania. Tanzania is not very near. And Tanzania, you have to cross the border. My school is in Embu. And not even in Embu town, but in Ronyenjes. Ronyenjes is about 140 kilometers from Nairobi. Tanzania is more than 500, 700 kilometers from Nairobi. So you can imagine the total distance that a child has to travel. But because of social media, the e-connectivity, we are able to convince them that we are the best school in this country. And they are able to come to our school. And when they come out of there, they bring in more and they are happy. So again, I'm happy to be in this forum because it is what has grown me from where she's talking about humble beginnings. I started with one kid. And at one time, I put the advert in the papers. Putting an advert in the papers around 2011, 2012 would cost you 1/8 of the page, roughly about 150 plus the taxes. But all we got were people wanting to be employed, job applications, about 1,000 of them, and not a single kid. And that is when I said, enough is enough. The best is to ensure you go where the people are, to a cheaper, more profitable, because the business has to grow. So a bit about that. I'm a mother of 4 children. My son is now at the 4th year at the USIU, studying IT and security. So he could have been here, but he was a bit engaged. I have my daughter in Form 2, and I have my twins, and one of them is just calling me and asking me, Mom, are you still coming so that we go and buy Roblox? Or what? So, babe something. There's another game now after Roblox. I heard somebody mention Roblox. There's another game which has come. So you buy those gadgets from the kids store and they play with them. How they play, I have no idea. Back to the conference. The social shake-up. And when I read this topic, I thought of how shaken we got around 2020. And not just socially, financially, business-wise, including spirituality. Because we couldn't even go to the altar. We were just praying from our television sets. So it was a real shake-up. And this shake-up in itself, I am sure there was nobody who actually anticipated that it would even take that long. Some of us thought we would close office for 1 month and then we are back, only for us to close office for more than 1 year. Some corporate companies, up to now, they are still operating from home because they feel the COVID is still going and coming back, going and coming back. So how did this affect the ways in which SMEs like myself operate? Well, I think for ourselves, we had already started, but we amplified it to an extent that we are not just posting maybe our works, but we are also optimizing and making sure that we are boosting them for viewership, for more viewership, to ensure that our products are more prominent out there. So why should SMEs leverage on social media marketing, which I believe in very much? First and foremost, we need to realize that there are more than 50 million small businesses using Facebook pages today. So to speak, just one channel. And this is to connect with customers. And according to 90% of marketers, their social media marketing efforts have increased to exposure of their businesses, and 75% say they have increased traffic. The more people who come to see the page of St. Petrock Premier School, we have about 66,000 followers since we started. And every year, when you check, there's an increase because we keep changing strategies every other day on how we attract our clients so that they can like our services. And the same way, so about 75% of us say it's to increase the traffic. That is why they use social media. When you get the page on social media, you're likely to go on the website. Most likely. For an IT person or somebody who understands, you'll go and now Google because you need more information. You find if the website is not given there. One, social media marketing is a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to reach your targeted audience. Trust you me, the much money I can use in a month and get very accurate leads. The most money I have used is 50,000. And that is even on the highest side. If I still use 10,000, I'll still get, you see, depending. If I still use 5,000, I'll still get, depending. You see? But possibly because I will outsource, it will go up to even 50,000. If I went to the mainstream media, I can't get any advert with that kind of money. So it's an easy way, it's inexpensive, and it's a way to reach your targeted audience in a very, very smart way. And for any SME, you'll build a community of followers for your small business. A community of followers. We don't have 66,000 students in my school. But you know, we have a community of followers who keep following us and reading what we are writing. Sometimes they even recommend to other people that this is the best school that you can ever go to or that you can recommend your child to. So again, it builds a community for you. Free buyers for your products that will not even ask you a coin, that you will not pay to follow you. Then, of course, it helps you to create a personal relationship through interactions and dialogue with your customers. Many a times, even when sometimes I flip through Facebook and I find some really nice dresses, and you want to buy them. And there you have the WhatsApp number. what's the first thing that you do? You get into the WhatsApp number. You're building a relationship. You may not buy that first time, but in the next round, trust you me, if you have the money, you'll just send. You'll not even think about it. And this also breaks out the barrier for stereotyping. When I look at you, whether I like you or not, the person who is selling that dress, maybe he's just lying on top of his bed or her bed, and he doesn't even care how you look. You don't care how he looks, you know. And then social media marketing increases conversation of a business, more related to what I've talked about. And it increases your brand recognition. In a short time, we became a brand of our own. This is the time I'm thinking of setting up a second branch for my school. And I've targeted zones on where to go to. And because the brand is already believed in by the parents who've been there, the past parents, the ones who are around, it's gonna be very easy. In fact, most of the time is when I go to places and they request that you must come and set it where we are. If you look at where we are placed geographically, you see that we have even parastatals like Kengen, Tarda. They are on the lower side where there is the power stations. And also because of the devolved systems of government, you find there are more people who moved from town and they are now in the rural areas. So you find they do not have enough or good places to take their children where they feel they are comfortable. So again, because of the brand, which attracts, I'm able to set up in different areas without question, or without changing the name, and that will make me now start all over again like I'm starting a new school. Social media marketing, of course, increases the growing business customers' loyalty. Once you have the best quality and you have the quantities, you are in business. You have the quality and you have the quantity. You can have all that, the brand, the wordings, and you have it on paper. But if you cannot offer what everybody is looking for, it becomes really hard for people to believe you. So for you to build customer loyalty, social media will help you to create your brand, and then you will improve on your product and improve on your services as the customers are going to rate you. Again, if you look at the social media avenues that we have, Facebook, you can rate somebody, isn't it? Actually, almost all, right? You can be able to rate a product, you can be able to rate a brand and say whether it is the right brand for the market. And you realize that small businesses can now advertise their products, their services, or events to targeted audience through social media advertising channels. So it's not just your products, but also this event. We have advertised it through social media. I could see it on Facebook. We could push it through our Women in Business channels, WhatsApp, Facebook, IG, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all those channels that we could find. So it is a good thing for SMEs to embrace social media as their marketing tool. And of course, the SMEs can reach people interested in their product or service, which saves time and money. You don't have to carry your whole bunch of handbags to Kisumu to go and sell to one person, or even to set shop in Kisumu and you're based in Nairobi. Maybe your licenses are in Nairobi or Thika or Mlolongo. And then somebody in Kisumu wants your handbag. It is easy. You can sell, you can set your shops online to ensure that you reach the targeted client. And it saves time, it saves money. Moving from here to Kisumu is around, is it 1,000 shillings or 700 by bus? If you take a flight, it is not less than 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, depending on the airline that you're using. So again, if you were to take 2 or 3 handbags which are costing 1,000 shillings, and possibly you're making only 100 shillings, you see, it's a lot more cumbersome than just setting a shop online, put it on a courier that is going to charge you only 300 shillings, and it gets to the person on the other end. And social media is a prevalent form of communication that allows companies to reach a wider audience. I don't have to know all the followers that are following my company. I don't have to know all the followers that follow women in business. But we already have a wider target. There are already many people who have known the brand. So social media helps us in that very much. And various components are available to everyone, such as social media blogging, jobs, live streaming, networking, and viral influencer marketing. There are many things that you can do. You don't just have to be the one who owns the business so that you can be using social media. Again, I can decide to be a blogger as Mary Muthoni, but not as St. Petrock or Women in Business. I can decide to maybe buy equipment and do live streaming for my products and sell my products through live streaming, or even offer the services to other people. And I've seen young men and women doing this on several occasions. And utilizing this can not only be helpful to your business, but also to your followers. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I am sure I've kept time.
Wow, thank you so much.